My name's Sabrina Laura. I live in Vermont, and I'm a Jungian psychotherapist. And the horse I rode in on was an eating disorder a couple of years ago. It was interesting for me that ayahuasca worked a lot like I work as a Jungian. She uses symptoms as images. And I realized that really what was going on for me is that I didn't know how to feed myself. But feeding myself meant a lot more than food. I was feeding myself with relationships that weren't as nurturing and nutritive as they could have been. And I was overeating on things, news, conversation. Again, wasn't really feeding me. The most profound change that I learned from ayahuasca was she didn't do the work for me. She showed me where the work was. And so the profound changes from my first time here happened in the years since. It was 2 years ago. I came this time for basically a checkup. I had some mild symptoms, mostly some skin things. And knowing that she tends to work with me, at least, with image as metaphor, I thought, maybe it had to do with some boundary or some permeability. Anyway, again, this time, so much deeper. Really, really super. One of the ways that the workshop worked powerfully for me was that it offered a framework. So there was a bit of an overlay of let's say I'm really accustomed to images and metaphor. So in this particular retreat, we were focused on mindfulness. And that offered a framework, a different language style to work with ayahuasca. In my experience, she loves it when you have models. I remember the first time, I had this sense that she was indexing my mind, and she was kind of like looking around for models, like did I know astrology, or did I know the chemical table or something, different ways of expressing to me different metaphors. And she was like, oh, okay, I'll use the Jungian model. So this way with the retreats, they offer a model of mindfulness. And so from that lens, I was able to go deeper into my experience, because what isn't enhanced with mindfulness? If you could be more present to the present, that in and of itself gives a profound quality to whatever your experience is. The Temple of the Way of Light Mindfulness Retreat offers a unique opportunity to integrate a familiar framework, perhaps even a psychological framework, a psychological language for an experience which is really hard to language. And therefore it makes it something that can be apprehended, metabolized. It's said that we can't have experience if we don't have language for it. And this particular workshop offers a very accessible language for something that's ineffable. And therefore it allows the experience to dream on. And to the extent that we practice mindfulness, we, after this, re-engage with Aya.